rhythm is a dancer.
Have a woman's lingerie set. TikTok shop with Ryan. We have a women's lingerie set. Woo! 500k! Thank you guys. Get the abs in. Yeah. Thank you so much, you absolute legends. Happy? Day in the life of Ryan. We got ready to go out and then we grabbed me Mastragini key and went train spotting.
He built a following on TikTok by sharing simple train spotting videos and personal updates. The man seemed harmless, maybe even charming in a slightly awkward manner. But last year his channel took a darker turn.
TikTok shop with Ryan. We have a body massager.
His name got dragged into one scandal after another, from leaked audio, disturbing allegations, and non-stop online backlash. Everything seemed to be going against Ryan Windridge.
What? Everyone found out it was me.
The final nail in the coffin was when rumors accused him of something truly monstrous.
Like I'm the only one that didn't know.
This is how a man who filmed trains ended up at the center of one of TikTok's ugliest controversies. Ryan used to be a beloved TikTok content creator whom people turn to for relaxing and informative content.
Beast.
No one ever contested that Ryan didn't know what he was doing when he started blowing up on TikTok. Yet he never showed his true self in his early videos. But that's the thing, TikTok and platforms like it give people something to hide behind. Their real faces come out when they start getting exposed. And Ryan was about to shock everyone. Now everyone knew Ryan's interest in vehicles, but he also seemed to be interested in something more sick, young girls.
I have been put against me. I have reported that incident to the police, who are taking my phone to recover the chat logs to prove my innocence. I was chatting to a woman who told me she was 19. It's only afterwards she recorded our conversation and plastered it all over social media. And yeah, that she's saying that she was underage and 15 and not 19.
It started off as a hunch, but once the internet had its suspicions, they never looked at him the same way again. The shift became public when posts appeared on Reddit and TikTok with more direct accusations. One thread was blunt. He's 34 and lives with his mom. He's got a weird obsession with very young women, and has had several women accuse him of inappropriate behavior. It wasn't just a vague insult. It was backed with multiple accusations from different people.
And this is a screenshot here of her cousin telling her that Ryan Windridge just tried to slide into her DMs. Now, of course, we know that Lana's cousin just turned 18. So what on earth is a 34-year-old man trying to slide into a freshly 18-year-old's DMs?
In terms of social media drama, where creators can go from beloved to hated in a matter of days, this was serious. Soon after, a separate post emerged with the title, "TikToker Ryan Windridge caught talking and trying to meet a 15-year-old girl." Now, the accusations spread like wildfire. The internet doesn't tolerate PDF files, and Ryan found himself under the watchful gaze of his fans, who were wondering if they knew him at all, trying to see just where he slipped up in his online persona and showed glimpses of the monster he hid.
He's messaged a 15-year-old indecent stuff, and there's no denying that, and he's even admitted that. She might have told him that she was 19, but at the end of the day, if you're not 100% sure, then don't do it unless you 100% know. Do you know what I mean?
Screenshots circulated, though the authenticity was debated. People began stitching his videos with commentary, questioning his motives and interactions with fans. YouTube creators made videos with titles like TikTok's newest alleged creep, Ryan Windridge, and the disturbing case of Ryan Windridge. Anyone could tell where this was headed. It was an accusation of predatory behavior, and it was backed up with hard facts, or at least it seemed to be. For longtime viewers, it was unexpected. They remembered the train videos, the cheerful cameos, the man who waved at locomotives.
Join me today as we're ready to go out, but where are we going? We're going out in my car, train spotting. Here's the first train, a DBSO with a 37610 on the rear. Sadly, it was coasting and it wasn't great.
Now the conversation was about his private messages, his alleged interactions with minors, and a growing list of people claiming he had crossed boundaries. When the first wave of accusation is hit, Ryan addressed them indirectly. He posted videos calling critics bullies, trying to ruin his reputation with no evidence.
But currently what we've got is a bunch of bullies online, bullying Ryan.
And in public.
With no physical evidence other than a conversation which states Ryan was speaking to a 19-year-old. And yes, he may have sent
sending explicit photos, but you don't know the full story. And
the fact is,
I save stuff now.
This is it.
He framed the situation as online harassment, saying people were trying to ruin his life. Some of his audience believed him.
I am not attracted to literally all these other content creators and haters are literally trying to destroy my life, making it so I can't do anything.
They argued that this was just another case of cancel culture targeting someone who didn't fit the mold, but others weren't convinced. They noticed patterns in the way he interacted with certain fans. In comment sections, people began sharing personal encounters or stories they had heard from friends. One user wrote, "I got cold shivers hearing this. Ryan gives me huge red flags in the creeps. He'll be on a register someday, I'm sure of it." Another added, "This is actually haunting. Who is this guy? Do I even want to know?" The conversation had moved beyond whether a screenshot was real. Now it was about a perceived pattern of behavior. People even began to mock him on TikTok.
So I've taken a break from messaging 15-year-olds and we've made some southern fried salt and pepper chicken with cheese and gravy. Let's get straight into it. You know what, apart from being a dirty nonce, this is actually quite nice.
The internet community was connecting dots, pulling up old videos, and suggesting that the signs had been there all along.
I didn't know months ago. I got the screenshots on Friday and I've just shown you. I have literally just shown you. No, I've said I don't think I'll be collabing with him again. I'm just staying civil with him.
The debate wasn't just whether the allegations were true, it was whether people had ignored them for too long. This is the worst thing that can happen to a TikToker or a social media star, because people tend to bounce back from other types of scandals, but not allegations of harassment, especially that of younger individuals. The situation started taking its toll on Ryan. His videos used to show someone with a cheerful personality, but that mask was now slipping.
I didn't want to put the flash on, did I? Oh, thank you for the
To get a better sense of his descent from one of TikTok's most liked to one of its most hated influencers, it is important to look back at the very beginning of the saga. Ryan Windridge started out as a TikTok creator from Gloucester, England.
Right, what's this I've been tagged in then? Why the hell is he spray painting a train? Why do people spray paint trains? It does my head in, like. Why vandalise trains, man? Go and paint something at home. Jeez.
His early videos were innocent. Footage of passing trains, light commentary about his day, and posts about his love for railway culture.
Welcome aboard Prout's Overbridge. Today we're doing some train spotting. Here's a DB Class 66. I love a good tug, I do. I'm only messing. There used to be Class 60s on this, but here's a DB Class 66 shed. Here we have the DB 66.
People subscribed because it felt different from the usual TikTok content. There was no aggressive marketing, no dance trends, no yelling.
Yes, guys, I've just been to beef burgers and fries. I have got, obviously, a beef burger and some fries. I am absolutely getting on the sesh again. I'm starting to feel drunk already. Good job I haven't drove here, eh? Yeah, I haven't drove.
Just a man talking about his passion for trains. That was something many people seemed to relate to, watching trains pass by and noting their numbers.
37610 did look nice though. It bloody started flashing at the next signal, typical, but it did sound immense in the distance.
In other words, a far cry from the horrible and cringe man the internet now sees him today.
TikTok shop with Ryan. We have a woman's dress. TikTok shop with Ryan. We have a woman's dress.
While he was at it, he talked about his personal life in casual videos, replied to fans in the comments, and sold branded merchandise.
Dinner break with Ryan. Today we got the Morrison Savor macaroni cheese. Smells really cheesy. Can't get any of it out.
On Cameo, he offered custom shoutouts where fans could pay to have him record a personal message. For many at the start, Ryan was just a quirky internet personality. Some people thought he was a little out there, but others just chalked it up to his autism and moved on. He even got local recognition, appearing in interviews as the Gloucester train spotter.
Are you into trains as well, or mainly does it stick
I
to
like
lorries?
my trains, yeah. But sadly, the railway's dying in this country. All the good trains are going.
What do you think about the HS2?
I prefer heritage railways, and I prefer the old British Rail
Have
diesels.
you ever been on like the, what's it called, the Belmont or the Victoria Button or something like that?
I went on a rail tour last year.
There was nothing about his early content that suggested controversy. His videos had an almost naive quality. He didn't seem to be angling for fame in the typical influencer way. And for a while, everyone genuinely liked Ryan and his content. People followed him for wholesome entertainment that was refreshing and family-friendly. In turn, he leaned into the image. He wanted to be seen as someone protecting the UK's heritage of trains and bringing it to a larger audience. He actively worked to raise awareness of historic locomotives and railway traditions through TikTok. His clips were shared in social media groups and among train enthusiasts, bringing him steady growth.
Scan my train ticket, let's go through the barriers. We have a GWR Class 158 767, baby, to Bristol. 158s are my favourite DMU. Got myself a lovely table seating spot, lovely jubbly.
If you think about it, Ryan did so well for himself because he really did know his trains. He was hardly ever wrong about what he spotted, and no one ever dared correct him in the comments. He became the TikTok authority on trains.
Beast 37240 in its Transvaal livery was on the rear. I've started this 37 at Nottingham Eastcroft before. I then had to rush to the other end to film it leaving.
But then, as more people looked him up, the perception began to shift. It didn't happen because of one viral post or sudden mistake. It started with murmurs on social media, comments hinting at behavior that didn't match his online persona.
Stop messaging young girls.
I don't message young girls.
Stop Snapchatting them.
I don't Snapchat.
Okay, don't actually, okay, that's a good rule. No sending to anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan was suddenly the talk of the town, but not in a good way. The kind of talk that makes people scroll back through someone's content, wondering if they missed a red flag. Still, while Ryan was getting more online backlash surrounding his name, there was not much to back it up, until one piece of evidence revealed a reality worse than anyone imagined.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just released a video on the most controversial man on TikTok. You may be wondering who that is. It's Ryan Windridge. He's got some big allegations against him. I mean, if you don't know the allegations, I'm not going to say it. It's in the video. Go check it out.
The issue escalated when a voice note, allegedly from Ryan, was leaked online. The content wasn't shared in full publicly, but descriptions of it spread quickly. One Reddit thread summarized it. "I'm sorry, but how hasn't Ryan Windridge been punished of him acting inappropriate towards people?" And today there was a leaked audio of him making inappropriate noises. Other posts urged action. Callum needs to investigate Ryan Windridge. Seriously. Call needs to investigate that nonce. The public was now calling for accountability, sometimes tagging creators who specialize in confronting alleged predators.
This second one is a email from Badoo. Ryan was emailing the dating site, which he's obviously been banned from. And have a look at this. Unfortunately, the account has now been closed, as stated in my email earlier. Any account you create will also not be accepted. I'm sorry you feel this way, but here at Badoo, we have to look after all our customers to make them feel safe and enjoy being on site.
The audio leak gave new weight to the accusations, and the tone across social media shifted again. So what began as suspicion was now framed by some as confirmation. In the eyes of many, the train spotter was no longer harmless. He was a potential predator who had to be exposed. As the accusations started to mount up, Ryan didn't back down to make or even try to do damage control. Instead, his uploads became even more unhinged as he tried to remain relevant on the internet.
Thank you. Yes, guys, we've been on the TikTok shop today and got not only one pair of shorts, got 2 pair of shorts, 3 pair of shorts, 4 pair of shorts, 5 pair of men's shorts for swimming, for the summer.
In 2025, Ryan's content started taking a turn for the worse. Soon after the voice note was released, his content became focused on wearing women's clothes for TikTok.
We have a women's lingerie sesh glasses. Thank you. Yes, guys, this comes in green, red, white, black, full colours.
It seemed harmless at first, but the clothes started to get more intimate, and it stopped feeling family-friendly. Because who on earth reacts to accusations of harassment and pedophilia by doubling down on the weirdness? Now, Ryan knew all of the backlash was happening. He would run into people while making content who'd ask about the voice note. He'd simply brush it off or play the victim, until the community decided to take matters into their own hands.
So let's react to this Simple Suman video.
Ryan Windridge, you need to be careful, mate.
Oh God, Simple Suman said I need to be careful.
Putting a video out like that, I mean, do you want me to tell people stuff about you?
Yeah, go on. Tell people stuff about me, Simon. Go on. Go on.
Maybe the appropriate stuff you were saying about Keely when we was out the other night.
I was saying some really lovely, appropriate stuff about Keely the other night when we were out in Fever, Gloucester. And you were like, oh, thanks for your kind words, Ryan.
Now, there was an organized pushback. Fans used online petitions demanding the removal of Ryan's content from TikTok and Cameo. One petition stated, "Recent information has come to light regarding his inappropriate and reprehensible behavior. With Windridge being investigated by Newcastle hunters and exposed for messaging minors, this doesn't read like a fan taking offense. It reads like coordinated action." The petition gained hundreds of signatures quickly, and comments grew more pointed. More people came out about their stories of how Ryan was weird to them online.
Ryan Windridge. I used to talk to him. Oh, did you get with him? I never got with him. It would have been a no anyway, but...
People were talking about it everywhere. One person wrote, "I do not want my young son accidentally scrolling onto his content. It is not appropriate. If a 34-year-old man thinks it's acceptable to prance around in women's underwear for younger people to see, then he needs to come off TikTok." Another comment, blunt and emotionally charged, read, "Dirty nonce. Hope he gets banned." The outrage was impossible to ignore. His every move sparked fury, and the whispers turned into the demands. The internet wanted him to be silenced before his reckless behavior scarred someone for good. On the platform side, TikTok and Cameo were forced to reckon with mounting pressure. Unlike these two platforms, many dating sites actually banned Ryan. Whether or not they took direct action publicly, the platform environment changed. Ryan's content was no longer seen as feel-good. It was an example of how unsafe the internet can be. The online retaliation against Ryan's content shifted. People wanted to see him punished, not just deplatformed. They wanted to see him excluded from public and social places.
No one speaks his name. Is this the end of Ryan?
As more and more fans and critics brought Ryan's strange behavior to light, platforms were forced to respond, or at least to evaluate. Ryan's digital presence was now watched with careful eyes. Just as backlash gained momentum, another wrinkle appeared. Ryan's collaboration with a creator named Grace. She was the last thing Ryan needed for his image.
Day in the life of Ryan and Grace. Tonight we got a Subfocus concert. So first things first, let's jump into Bumblebee and head drive in and go to Westfield Shopping Centre, London. Here we are in the shopping centre. I love this green Twitter.
Grace was an OnlyFans creator with a social media presence that many already found questionable. Soon, the entire situation looked like a disaster when the two of them began dating, and people simply weren't here for it.
Large fries, 20 chicken nuggets. Here I am, the chips and Burger King are delicious. The chicken nuggets ain't great, McDonald's nuggets are better, and Coke's nice off a tap. I just rather have no ice in it.
As the discussion intensified, the accusations against Ryan shifted. The story flipped. Suddenly it was clear he was the pawn, not the player. A user commented, "Grace has a long track record of attaching themselves to strange blokes with a following on TikTok to drive traffic to their OnlyFans page." The commenter further added about Grace's trends in changing boyfriends when she doesn't need them anymore. Ryan Windridge is just their new prey until that little collaboration stopped being lucrative for her, and then she will try her hardest to jump on someone else's bandwagon. What's crazy is that some people don't buy their relationship at all. For them, it was two content creators doubling down on bringing in views and money.
I'm in Miller and Carter with Grace. Here she is drinking sparkling water. I was driving, so I had to have a J2O. Lovely, jubbly, delicious. Here's Grace eating scallops and pork belly. It looked absolutely delicious. I had cheesy garlic bread.
There were even suggestions of mutual manipulation. Ryan is just as manipulative and as much of an attention seeker, but he hides it behind being autistic. I believe he's fully aware they're not in any sort of relationship, but he's playing a double bluff to keep Grace around as she's driving traffic to his TikTok page so he can keep some pennies coming in. All of the internet hate placed the Grace saga at the center of criticism. What's shocking is that Ryan was still posting TikToks they made together months after their breakup, even when she actively said not to. It adds another layer of objection. Not all viewers are mothers worried about underage content. Some are creators and content-savvy peers, accusing him of using collaborations to poach views. Ryan's behavior by now became part of a broader conversation about manipulation, misleading content partnerships, and intentional provocation. Now, most TikTok drama ends with someone losing followers. The case of Ryan Windridge is worse. People don't just want accountability, they want to see him arrested and gone from the internet for good.
5 people that I absolutely despise on TikTok and should not be on this app anymore. Straight away up at number 5, Ryan Windridge, everybody's good mate. Loves the trucks, loves playing with his willy. He should not be anywhere near this app. He should not have access to just anything. Needs to get rid. So he's at number 5.
Every day we wake up to news of women and children exposed to harassment and assault. No one wants to give Ryan the opportunity to cause the same damage. Users have started asking questions like, has anyone tried to report him to the police because this man should not be walking free? Any more evidence could put him behind bars. The community demand now is about possible criminal action. Another person offered, honestly not sure if he has been talked to by the police. People have taken it upon themselves to run into Ryan when he's recording and confront him about his behavior.
Yes, Windridge.
Yo,
come on, bro.
I'm good, yeah.
Yeah, cushy, bro. Let's go. Hey, you used to message my cousin. Yeah, she's 60.
Are they aggressive most of the time? Yes. But then again, no one appreciates a potential creep being on the loose. For viewers, this is the turning point. They realize this is bigger than TikTok drama. It could be a real-life scandal with consequences. Ryan could ruin someone's life unless they stop him first. Yet the most surprising element of all of this is the way Ryan seems to handle the hate. Ever since the online criticism and hate have been getting traction, Ryan's response has become more defensive and urgent.
Do a Jay Slater, do a Liam Payne. Like, it's not nice. It's not nice. And it's kind of like, sick telling someone to do that. And it's also disrespectful towards Liam Payne and disrespectful towards Jay Slater.
He posts reaction videos that drop the previous defiance. He knows he's cornered and doesn't understand how to act for the audience anymore. Now he claims the whole situation is a lie, but we've seen this type of reaction before. A victim card that's played when someone senses their digital platform is slipping away.
Literally, I know what you guys are like. You've all got dirty mindsets, so behave yourself. And you, Jay, behave yourself. I just knocked my glasses off. But yeah, behave yourself.
With Ryan's behavior becoming more suspicious by the day, everyone's dying to know, will there be consequences? And who will deliver them? So far, the internet has established that Ryan Windridge is a creep. His content has started to get weird. He is wildly inappropriate towards women, and even his relationships are manipulative.
You know what you're doing. You're trying to make me look bad on live.
I'm not. I'm really not.
You did it with George as well.
You're bringing up George.
Yeah, because you used to.
You're bringing up George.
Because because he's a vulnerable person too.
Get out of my house.
But the call for a legal response to his online behavior isn't the worst of it. The real blow to Ryan's reputation came when Redditors put together one simple fact. The rumors that he was into minors were all true. This time, there were screenshots too. It was brought to light when a few Redditors pointed out, wasn't Ryan caught talking inappropriately to a 14-year-old? Name rings a bell. Another added, yes, and covered it up by saying she was actually 19 but pretending to be 14 to 15. These claims were reinforced when Ryan's ex-friend Simon Colbrand, or Simple Simon, came to the Easily Distracted podcast. He revealed that he does send pictures to young girls. Simon also went to call out Ryan for his behavior and even mentioned that he made inappropriate comments about Simon's underage daughter, Keely, when they went out drinking. There have also been people on TikTok who claim that Ryan would message when they were freshly 18 or younger.
But still, I would say messaging at 19-year-olds pretty young for you.
Yeah.
You're 33?
Yeah, but I'm seeing. But David Tennant sees someone who's 12 years younger than him, and he don't know if you know who David Tennant is.
I do know David Tennant.
He's seeing someone who's 12 years younger than me, and I'm hanging out with Grace, and she's 12 years younger than me.
Now, it is an established fact that a few days or weeks after turning 18 isn't justification for someone in their mid-30s to chat up a young girl. All of these accusations established a pattern. Ryan would prey on young girls and then ghost them or be very dismissive when it would backfire. He's come on podcasts of his own to make inappropriate comments like, what man doesn't like a young girl, when asked about the rumors.
I suppose there's a trend of all these TikTokers going out with younger women.
Yeah, there is. What man doesn't like a younger woman? And what woman? And a lot of women like an
You gotta be
older man.
careful what you say, Ryan. Come on.
I know, but
you're saying.
Yeah, but they gotta be over 18, of course.
Oh, okay.
Over 18.
You gotta be careful what you say.
But
like,
I won't go any lower.
People are gonna clip this. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Okay, but.
Plus, his own TikToks in response to the criticism or hate don't exactly help his case. He acted like he didn't care and doubled down on bullying the people accusing him. When the Reddit community dug into old videos, some users claimed they had revisited content that in hindsight felt unsettling. Others scoured Ryan's comments to fans, his arguments, and his timeline posts for more signs. Content creators compiled annotated montages, alibis unraveled, and forums lit up, because every detail of his social media life was suddenly up for analysis.
I painted Nick. That was my first one. Yeah.
It's crazy being able to build all these followers back up after I lost 600k in 2022.
Yeah. You had 600k in?
Yeah, in 2022.
Oh,
I
wow.
got banned. And I tried everything to get it back. And
That must have been hard losing it that account.
I was literally at Morrison's on a late shit. I started getting angry in the canteen. All that effort building it up, and then I had to rebuild it all back up. I think that's why I'm quite a strong person now. Wow, I'm strong, but I'm weak. I'm weak, but I'm strong. You gotta be like, you gotta be strong. You gotta keep pushing. You can't let, if you quit, the haters win. Never let the haters win, and that's to anyone else who does videos.
In the face of these allegations, there was external pressure on the rest of the community to do something. But who could really put an end to Ryan and people like him? Even if he is reprimanded, if his victims end up being over 18, he hasn't technically done anything illegal.
But if I knew she was 15, I wouldn't talk to her.
Okay. But she told you she was 19?
Yeah, and then she literally resent the pictures that I sent ages ago and put 15 to make me look like I can't say the word.
Yeah. I would lose.
It makes me angry, like, when anyone brings it up.
I'm sorry for bringing it up, I guess, but it's kind of...
It's got to be said, though, like, there's a lot of nasty people on there that like to...
Plus, the laws in the UK are different. Not everything warrants an arrest there. With fears reaching legal territory and sustained public pressure, the platforms have started to take action. There's no official statement from any side, but changes are visible. Lowered reach on his uploads, limited trending recommendations, and slowed algorithmic boosts. Even then, the comment sections for his content get hostile. Viewers type, "You're done," and here comes the autism excuse yet again. These messages turned his content from unwanted into untenable. His tone also grew frantic. In one particularly reactive video, he called his haters snakes and that they were spreading rumors out of jealousy.
Like, there's no need for jealousy. You should be happy for other people and not envious and jealous of other people. I wouldn't be jealous of you if you were being successful. Just get on with life and don't interfere with other people, because now I'm not seeing someone tomorrow now because of jealous individuals. Like, rumors are spread by haters and rumors are believed by idiots.
He has tried to shift focus to haters, bullying, and his own autism, but it feels reactive, like a card he played too late.
Keep on
People aren't falling for his self-pity act. To them, Ryan is the only one to blame for everything that's happening to him, and the rest of the internet couldn't agree more. Not everyone saw Ryan's actions for the malicious intent they were, because while the internet is quick to hold influencers like Ryan accountable, it is also known for coming up with excuses to justify someone's behavior. Now, we see that Ryan was getting a lot of hate, but at the same time, some people still support him. They can tell he's clearly autistic and feel that he doesn't have the mind to put something so sinister together.
From where I currently stand, and from what I see, there is no reason for people to be calling him a... Do I think Ryan is a little creepy? Yeah. Do I think he's a little weird when it comes to women? Yeah. Do I think he's a... I haven't seen anything that justifies me calling him that.
To them, the bluntness in his interaction with girls or his excessive touchiness is just a manifestation of being on the spectrum. Suppose Ryan's autism makes him act out. Is it the responsibility of the people he's targeted and victimized to make up for his behavior? What does that say for online predatory behavior and mental illness? What followed isn't a debate, but the slow unraveling of everything Ryan had built online. By mid-2025, Ryan's TikTok career was as good as over. People simply didn't take him seriously anymore.
That's bollocks. I mean, yes, this autistic business winds me up. I'm going to be completely truthful with you. Like, everybody makes excuses saying they're autistic or they're this, they're that. That's bollocks. You know, if you do something like he's done, right, you can't use that as an excuse.
His videos still surfaced occasionally, but the context had changed completely. He wasn't known as the Gloucester train spotter anymore. He was a case study in how quickly digital platforms can abandon a content creator once the accusations start to pile up. Comment sections under his remaining videos were filled with blunt reactions. Users weren't speculating anymore. They were final in tone. He's also a massive predator, and every time he's rumbled up to no good, he waffles on, blaming it on autism. The TikTok and Reddit communities no longer debated the truth of the allegations. They had reached consensus. Whether platforms had formally acted or not, the court of public opinion had delivered its verdict. For Ryan, social media was no longer a friendly place.
Lately, guys, all the cameras being stuck in my face is too much. It's like, Ryan, 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 say this, Ryan, 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 oh, say hello to my friend, Ryan, Ryan, oh, Ryan, stick the camera in his face, Ryan, Ryan, Ryan.
Even if he were to change his ways, it would take years for people to forget what he's been doing. And the fallout wasn't just for him. His ex-girlfriend, people who've collaborated with the residents of Gloucester, all of them were sharing their 2 cents.
Ryan Windridge's allegations. My thoughts. To tell you the truth, I'm so shocked. Like, I'm so shocked by it all. I really didn't think I'd actually be making a video on this, or that I'd have to. But here we are. For me, it's definitely a friendship I'm going to have to put behind me now. And I'm going to, unfortunately, no longer associate myself with him. Because all that's going to do for me is bring unwanted comments, unwanted attention that I don't want.
Other creators who had featured him in duets or live cut ties, it wasn't worth the risk. No matter how much he tried to grow his social media presence, no one wanted to associate themselves with him. He was a liability because if the internet can turn on him, what's stopping them from doing the same to others?
Yeah, years ago, yeah, I was a bit, I've admitted on my live, I was a bit pushy with like messages on dating sites a few years ago, you know? But at the end of the day, that's not me. You know what I mean? I'm not that person no more. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe it's because I was in the care system, and when you're in the care system, you crave love, you know?
He wasn't getting any offers anymore either. Many city authorities on trains used to promote his content, but took a step back from them as well. Since he was getting flack for his actions, no one else wants to be involved. Despite all this, Ryan attempted posting bizarre videos claiming innocence, insisting that haters were manufacturing lies.
Back to the myth, 'cause you're going round in circles, and everyone knows you're trouble, 'cause you're written in a big book.
The way Ryan dealt with this aftermath is a classic example of what not to do when the internet comes for you.
This one's for you, Chef Dave, because you love talking crap about me and fancy me. Chef Dave, what are you doing? Chef Dave loves the packet. Chef Dave loves getting drunk. Chef Dave fancies me. Chef Dave wants to marry me. Chef Dave's obsessed with Ryan Windridge.
Every video uploaded is another example of denial, another reason for viewers to push harder against him. His narrative power was gone, and even the all stick card was starting to get old. In the public view, Ryan Windridge was forever the creep who wore inappropriate women's clothes, was weird online, and messaged minors. But what about the platform that enabled him? Ryan's downfall is a mirror for TikTok's bigger problems. Users have debated not only his behavior, but the platform's accountability. Parents in Reddit threads warn each other about TikTok's algorithm. If someone like him can build a following with this kind of history, what does that say about TikTok's moderation? The question isn't rhetorical. For many, Ryan represented a failure of platform oversight, a man accused repeatedly of messaging underage fans still with an active cameo, still pushing content, and still getting recommended to viewers. Critics argued that TikTok prioritized engagement over safety. If enough people clicked on his train videos, the algorithm kept serving them. This made people second-guess TikTok's safety laws and commitment to protecting women and children against harassment, because at the heart of it, the people were right. Creeps on TikTok don't start and end with Ryan Windridge. If anything, he's just one of the millions that aren't exposed yet. So, making an example out of him was what had to be done to show how unforgiving the internet can be. Now, every downfall story includes attempts at redemption. Ryan tried his best to do the same. He posted videos where he explained that people didn't see the real him. To some creators, Ryan's defenses seem manipulative. As long as someone was on the spectrum or had mental illnesses, you better not hold them accountable. But the harshest of criticism for Ryan actually came from other people in the autistic community. People shared how, even with their disabilities, they've never acted in a way that was uncomfortable or unsafe for others. Ryan is no exception to this. If he harasses women and talks to minors, he should bear the brunt of it. He is a warning for everyone on social media.
Bet your figure is hot. They call me Big Thick Ryan. Let's see you, daughter. And even more concerning, hee, I want to see more of you. Don't my age bother you?
A warning to parents about monitoring who their kids follow. A warning to creators about how fast the internet fans can switch up if they're caught doing something wrong. And a warning to platforms that their inaction fuels community outrage. There's no official press release from any platform regarding Ryan or his actions. If anything, it's disheartening how the petitions against him only have a few hundred signatures. But the subreddits and comment sections across multiple platforms don't lie. People are upset and they're pushing for some type of action. Ryan Windridge's story closes with more questions than answers. Will legal action ever follow? Will platforms implement stricter moderation to prevent the next case?
The comments hate need to stop because the police will also be looking into all the comments and hate and IP tracking everyone informed as a hate crime.